Time to go refill my coffee. Got the fires lit on this fine Sunday morning. It's about 4 a.m. Gonna cook 3 Boston butts today, the old-fashioned way. Stack my old cinder blocks up. Get my old pit out here. And gonna cook them all over coals. This right here is my harvesting fire, and I'll let my embers drop down there of my oak and hickory and a little bit of cherry, and then shovel them in under here. I have a little pre-charcoal to get everything kind of warmed up in there. I'm real excited. I mean, this is 4 in the morning excitement. This is about as much as I can muster. And my brother-in-law Dan might come over and hang out with me a little bit today, and because I'm gonna go and deliver this barbecue to some of my family members, and I'm craving a barbecue sandwich, and I'm gonna go backpacking this coming Wednesday. I'm waiting for the weather to get cold, test out this Superior Gear hammock, and I want to bring a couple of sandwiches with me, but I've said too much right now. It's 4 in the morning. Coffee. I'm gonna go ahead and put my Bad Byron's Bud Rub. Bad Byron's Bud Rub for that sweet pork. So that's about 23 pounds of meat I got right there, so that'll be adequate. Adequate. More than fine. More than enough. These guys, I like to go fat side up for the first few hours and let that fat drip down through the meat, and then I don't know, 3 or 4 hours when I flip them, I have the fat side down, and that kind of protects it from the heat from underneath. That's the way I've always done it. That's the way I'm gonna do it today. All right, let's cover it up. Yep, just using cardboard. Country! It won't be hot enough to set this on fire, and it works. It just works, and it's kind of cool looking. Oh, the first of the cold bed. Got the barbecue sauces on, getting ready to go. This is more of a Eastern style, no tomato base. Did put a couple pieces of lemon in this time for just 20 minutes or so, and this one is a tomato base. This will be the one to go on the sandwich. That one I'm going to base the butts with. That is a North Carolina Eastern style. This is more of a Piedmont style. It's a runny, vinegary sauce. It's a mixture of white and cider vinegar, some brown sugar, some salt, black pepper, some Texas Pete hot sauce, crushed red pepper flakes. Yes, sir. Yeah, there's my sauces done up. That's the sauces to go on the sandwiches and in the slaw. And then this one is my basting sauce. No tomato products in that one. Little bit of ketchup in this, just a little bit, but this is way more of an Eastern style. Making my slaw now. I like my chop to be pretty fine. Cleans through the bun real good. About that chop right there. So for making my red slaw, I just add some of my Lexington style barbecue sauce into the slaw first and mix that. Fold that in. I want it too saucy, just enough to turn this cabbage a little sort of pinky salmon. And then we'll put some ketchup in and make it red. Sounds gross, but it's good. So now we've changed it from sort of green to a very light pink color. Let's shoot in a good little swirl there, and then mix that. That's about the color I want it right there. Not red, not ketchup red. When I was just a young boy, my dad would take me out for a barbecue, is what we called it. And he'd say, son, let's go get a barbecue. And I knew he meant a barbecue sandwich. Chopped pork on a white bun, and we'd have some hush puppies on the side. And there'd always be slaw on the sandwich in North Carolina. Some places had the green. Red Bridges in Shelby, they always had the red slaw. And I think Austin Bridges too, but anytime we hit a barbecue house with red slaw as a kid, that fired me up. It just always had a different little thing to it. Man. So that's the slaw I make most of the time. Sometimes I make both, green and red, so people can have a choice. But sometimes choices confuse people. They do. They do. But to me, it's the slaw clinging on the top of that hamburger bun. You just put enough on that bun to cling, and it sings that high harmony to that other sound, which is pork. Getting a nice smooth dough here now. Now we let that go for about an hour or longer. Got the marzipan rolled out right here. The dough has risen up and it's about time to work that. Our muscovado sugar, our softened butter. Butter and sugar, creaming. Now we'll dump in that flour. Dried apricots soaked in orange juice and then drained. Golden raisins, walnuts, orange rind. I'll mix this. Just gotta kind of bag this up loosely. Keep the air off of it. Let that sit for an hour. And let that go for 25 minutes. Yum. Just out of the oven. Look at that. Ooh. We're going to start painting on all that lovely apricot preserve. Boy, I hope that tastes as good as it looks. Look at that, man. So I have a continental palate, and things like this Apricot Couronne, and Couronne is the French word for crown. Couldn't wait to make it. I ran about a third of it down to my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law today. I had to get it out of the house or I would eat it all. But this is fantastic. I'm so glad I made it. snack for me right there. Oh my goodness. That little piece that was stuck on the grill. No, glory, glory, glory. The sign of things to come. Here we go. Ooh, buddy. Oh, these are starting to get good. You can twist the knife in there a little bit now. Oh, it's satisfying. Sitting out here, they've been on there about 6.5 hours now. I feel mellow, feel real good. It's a windy day. I like the wind, I like it a lot. That's my brother-in-law, Dan, way over there, because we're social distancing and now it's my turn to go to the cooker. Dan brought pork belly, man. We're gonna cook that. Yum! Put these butts back on in this hillbilly cooker. Woo! Pork belly! Oh, that is a smelly, but that's a good smelly. Man. These guys are soft, letting these guys rest a minute. Might be chopping on that before I know it. Dan, am I far enough away from you?
I've got less than 6 feet at least.
What? I can't hear you. You're too far away. Now we're putting that butter, or I should say Dan is putting the butter and the brown sugar on that pork belly. Let me get away from you there, Dan. Cover that up. Good call on that, man. Gonna put that back in?
Back in.
Ooh!
Where's the hot?
Right here. Say, right there. Now, I can even push those coals up under it.
Let's get that.
Burning that wood all day long, and now we're having a little Roman holiday. Cheers, virtual cheers. Espresso, lemon peels, little turbinado sugar in there. Put that in the jar. Kind of swirl it to get all that lemon infused in there. Then you drop in a couple of ice cubes, a little bit of half and half and milk. Shake that thing, strain it. Isn't that delightful?
It is delicious, man. It is delicious.
It's creamy, but you have that lemon essence behind that coffee, behind that espresso in there, and it's amazing. It's refreshing. It doesn't feel as thick as like other milk coffee drinks, and I think it's because of the lemon. I don't know what it is, but here's to your Roman holiday. A tutti benucci, eh? Call me Marco. Look at this. It's just falling apart. Now we hit it with a little Carolina vinegar. Oh!
Not 6 feet.
I'm doing Stretch Armstrong here. Whoa. That doesn't look good at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. We've been sitting out here having a little bit of this Couronne. What are you drinking there, Dan? A hooey?
Hooey.
Is that a beer?
That's a beer.
Man, they're all about their can, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Favorite beer,
A little apple soda. A little stogie. That cardboard back up on there. Nothing like warm cardboard, is there?
Oh, I love the cardboard.
I love the cardboard. Flip that little nasty piece of sheet metal. That's had a lot of barbecue cooked on it. That's good old grease stain on there. Mm-hmm. Now put that safety maul up there. I learned that from a Russian.
A little top heavy. It's a little top heavy.
Don't let it fall to your right with your foot out there. You can get hurt. The Duke's Mayonnaise, Carolina Gold mustard sauce. Hick sent me that. I think we need to cook a little bit of that on these. You do me a favor, Dan, is pick one of those up and break it in half so we can just see that, that inside on that thing. Man, because that is delectable, this pork belly. Would you consider that one of the more tender ones?
This is tender, man. Look at that. Nice fat.
The thing about this pork belly is it's got this texture, and without my glasses, I'm almost eating like the best scallop I've ever had in my life. The meat almost looks like scallop meat, doesn't it?
It does.
In the size.
Oh.
See the way he's holding his hands? Those are barbecue hands. Some people do jazz hands. you don't want to touch yourself in case a grizzly bear comes by. Oh. This is the first sandwich, but Dan and I are gonna sample the sandwich. What I always like to do is wrap it in some wax paper, like I do the Carolina hot dogs. I just think let it sit 2 or 3 minutes in the wax paper. It does something to it. Dan will get half, and I'll get half. Let me chew and swallow. Barbecue does not have to be hot when you eat it. It is cooked. And often by the time you get your sandwich, it's not hot.
Oh, I just got that pickle.
A little pickle in there. I do like a little bread and butter pickle on my sandwich now. You know, you got to be open to change as you grow up. A lot of places serve it that way. I've decided I like it. But my favorite is I'll make a few of these sandwiches, wrap them in wax paper. They'll sit in the fridge overnight, and I will eat them cold right out of the fridge. Goodness gracious, that's good eating. Now what I'm going to do is here's that bone right inside that thing. When you can just pull that meat right off that bone like that, and that bone just comes out. There's always just that little mistletoe. That's your Neanderthal mistletoe right there. Now a lot of people think the butt cut is this. It is not. It is this shoulder right here on a hog. This is a ham. This is a butt, because they butt you with it. I need to go inside and wash my hands because I just licked my fingers. Cut! All right, I did a little mix of pulling and chopping, but I grew up being a chopper, and I miss that, because then I can take that fat and that bark, cut that piece up, mix that into that. You know, pour a little bit of I like to chop a little bit of the sauce in as I go. This is the stuff people go for. That's that layer of fat that was on top of the butts this morning, and then toward the fire for 3/4 of the cook. Man, that's good stuff. Kind of just chop that into it. Well, I ended up cooking those butts probably about 9 hours, and then I wrapped them, and then I just let them sit there and taper, and they were like butter. I was pleased with them. They're fantastic. Man, they had the delicious pork belly. We were picking on the pork all day, a nice, lovely pork sandwich. But really what today was about, I just wanted to sit down and just have a good cook and think back to my life growing up in North Carolina and all the barbecues I went to with my dad and my mom and my friends, and me and Hicks and Turk used to do barbecues, and we were all in high school and college and would just it was a party. Let me just say that. And really my favorite part of the day, other than getting to visit with my brother-in-law Dan, who I love and never get to spend enough time with, I think what I really enjoyed was getting up early, and coming out here 4 in the morning, lighting this fire, just being out. It was quiet. Weren't as many jets flying over like I hear right now. I loved it. I just loved it. Watch the sun come up and that barbecue thing. And now what I got is that good old feeling, that post-barbecue fatigue. Been up all day, cooking the Q, visiting, stoking this fire, shoveling it in. Takes constant maintenance when you do all wood. It was worth it. It was a fantastic day. I'm glad you got to watch a little bit of the video, and I appreciate you watching it. Watching all the stuff I put out. Woo, buddy! Also Q in Sector 7. Smoke into my eyes. The National Freak League.